Hello YouTube. I realize it's been a long time since I've done a review, and it's been a long time in coming, so we're going to get right down to it. This is the review of the Soundblaster Tactic3D Omega Wireless headset. When you receive the headset, it will come in a box similar to this. I ordered my headset from Amazon.com and got it for a significant discount over the Black Friday sale this past year. Out of the box, you will receive the following items. Included in the box, you get the unassembled headset stand, the headset itself, the wireless Tactic unit, cables so you can plug it into your TV and have throughput audio, the inline Xbox 360 controller, which has inline controls for the audio and mute, the headset charging cable, the Tactic power cable, the microphone with a 3.5mm jack, and it is flexible. Also included are instructions that tell you where to find drivers for the headset. To set up the headset, first take your microphone and insert it into the microphone jack on the headset. This is going to be on the left hand side of the headset, and there will be a small hole right behind the mute button, the reset button, the power and controller headset inputs, and here's the power button and volume control. The headset is now ready to be set up with your computer. To do so, simply take the power cable that comes with it and plug it in to the dock for the Omega as shown. It's a USB 1.0. Connect the other end of the USB to your computer. Once that's done, wait a moment, and this will begin to blink blue. Once that's done, you will take the included charging cable, plug it into the USB port that's been provided on the Omega unit, or excuse me, the Tactic unit, and plug it into the headset. Remove this rubber cover, twist, and insert it to the USB 1.0. The headset is now connected to power and will eventually be connected to your computer. Okay, so now once you've gotten your computer set up to wherever you need it, go to the Omega website. On the website, simply download the drivers as shown and install them like you would any other set of drivers. Once you've downloaded the drivers and had them installed, don't start up the drivers just yet because they are not linked to the headset. Take the USB and plug it into your computer. If your computer is not linked to the headset, the Tactic unit will begin blinking like so. This means that the headset has not been linked. If you receive a prompt for you to install drivers for your headset, just ignore it. To link your headset with the Omega dock, simply take the headset and press and hold the power button for about 2 to 3 seconds and it will turn on. At first, the headset won't be linked, and this will blink as well as this. So then, to link them, you just hold the mute button for a few seconds, and that links the headset with the Tactic unit. Once the Tactic unit and headset have been linked together, you are good to start up the software on the computer. This is what the software looks like for the Tactic3D. On this page, the very first page, you can adjust through several presets that have been included or create your own and save them with your custom title. From here, you can control the mic volume, the master volume, or mute either or of these. You can also do this from the headset. The TX Studio Pro actually provides a video play button that you can use to adjust your audio. It's only somewhat useful as the tones there aren't the complete range of tones that the headset can use. Dialog Plus will make your audio from your microphone overpower your audio volume, so that if you're playing a game or whatever with headset audio and you want to be able to hear other people or them to hear you, use this and that will allow them to hear you better. Smart volume will automatically adjust the sound of songs and other things to where it's all fairly close to the same level, kind of like a normalization. And I think crystallizer, sound, and bass are all self-explanatory. The equalizer is where you can adjust on a very minute level each of the different functions and ranges and frequencies of the audio you're listening to, or you can select one from a list of already created presets if you're listening to a specific type of song. Onto the voice FX, and this is the part you can have some fun with. You can turn it on and then select from several different voice changing abilities. My favorite is the
Alien Brute, which sounds kind of like this, or some other form of audio.
Next, we have the colors, and at first I thought this was to change the color of your headset, and this does change the color of some of the headsets, but not the Omega 3D, or excuse me, the Tactic3D. On this one, it only changes the color and the layout of your actual software. So you can, customize it to feel and look the way you want it to. You can also adjust the intensity of the colors and if whether or not it will pulse. And the pulsing is for the headset itself. By the way, the light's on the side. Alright, that about wraps up the software, so let's get back to the review. Okay, so at this point I want to go ahead and talk about the headset itself, kind of review a few points and show you what you need to expect if you're going to get this headset. So we'll start with the headset cons and then the pros, and then we'll talk about it. So the headset cons are that the plush leather padding around the earmuffs itself hold in the heat. So if you have a long gaming session or you're in an area that's not a cool temperature, it can get sweaty and uncomfortable. It's also not the softest thing in the world, so it's, take that with a grain of salt. If you like the leather, then of course that's a bonus for you. There's something to do with the muting on the mic. If you mute the headset with the button on the front of the headset, there's no audible tone to let you know that it's muted or beep or anything. It just mutes and there's a little red light that lights up behind the button. But if you have the headset on, you can't see it. So I wish they would have added some sort of audible tone that would let you know it was muted, and then you press it again, it would be a different tone to let you know it was unmuted. So on. One other thing that they did add, or wish they didn't add, was that the low battery tone. Whenever the headset gets to about 20%, 15-20% of battery remaining, it starts beeping. And it's really loud and obnoxious and sounds something like this. Now, that clip was recorded using my phone because I can't record the actual tone since it's headset generated. It's not computer generated. So it's very hard, but that actual tone, the beep itself, is what you'd hear. The buzzing and everything else is not there. But it's 50 times louder, it's really annoying, and the closer it gets to being out of battery, the faster it beeps. So it's beep, 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 that kind of thing. It also isn't an accurate indicator of how much battery you have left. When the tone came on, my headset really only had about 5 minutes remaining before it completely turned off. So as far as that goes, it's kind of, not a great feature. I would have preferred, I don't know, something else, some other indicator, maybe a pop-up or something. So anyway, that's one con. Moving on, the headset is tight. So when you put it on your head, especially if you have a large head like me, it's really tight and you need to stretch it out for a little bit. That said, it's a good thing because if you have a small head, it'll fit well, and it's also made well, and so it holds whatever size you give it. Once you've stretched it out, it won't stretch any further. That's good. One of the kind of other cons is the mic quality itself. I'm recording using the headset at this moment, and so you can kind of tell how good the audio is, but it varies. So earlier in this clip, you may have heard, or noticed rather, Why is his voice changing somewhat? Well, that's because the audio is not the greatest. It changes. It's also not easy to remove from the headset. You have to use a pair of pliers to pull it out. So they say removable. It's only semi-removable, really, which is good, I guess. You don't want it falling out on you in the middle of, a conversation or whatever. But just keep that in mind. You can add a 3.5 millimeter jack microphone to it, but I'm not sure why you'd want to do it that way, because if you did, then you would be completely negating the whole wireless aspect of the headset itself. Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, the headset presets. As far as the software goes, the headset presets are not that great. The only ones that are actually any good are really the Deep Voice, Alien Brute, and Scrappy Kid. Those are really the only ones that I found were any level of enjoyable, and that's just to mess with people. So keep that in mind. The charging cable. You may have seen in the earlier part of this video that the charging cable that comes with the headset is really short. It's only about 12 inches long. So because of that, I recommend that you get a USB extension cable for it. You can buy these on monoprice.com for like $2 or $3. Basically, it's a USB male to female, so you just plug in your headset cable that came with it into one end and then the other end into your device, and voila, you have a 10-foot or 15 or whatever, however many feet you need, cable to plug into your headset, and it doesn't tangle up. It's like one of the non-tangling cables. It's really very nice for a couple of dollars and totally worth it. You should probably have a few of these on hand, even if you don't plan on using it for your headset. Alright, that concludes the cons, so let's move on to the pros. You can use the headset while charging. That's right. That's why it's so essential to have the long cable. The headset, you plug it in and it's good to go. It doesn't actually transmit anything through the cable, but it just does power, so keep that in mind. If you were thinking it might transmit through the cable, it doesn't, that I'm aware of. Another pro is THX audio for surround sound, excuse me. The surround sound, it's only one driver in each of the headsets, so it's not true surround sound, but that said, it's still pretty good, and it's definitely better than nothing. And of course, THX audio has good updates, and they keep on their stuff pretty well, so you don't have to worry about it being out of date. Another great and amazing con is the battery life. The battery life on this headset, they advertise it as 6 hours, but I was getting close to 8 hours on my battery life, and that was just that was playing games, listening to music, using the microphone, having the lights on the sides of it on. That's a big deal. If you have your lights off, I bet you could go even further. Another, I guess I already mentioned it, is that the headset needed stretching, so that's good. That's a good thing, or it can be looked at as a con. Personally, I think it's a con, but if you have a small head, that's a good thing. I already mentioned that the mic can be switched out. Okay, yes, audio quality. This is something that everyone's going to be looking for. The audio quality of the headset is good. It has a good range of tones, but it doesn't do any of them really well. So like bass, it just kind of muffles everything else out and then just does the bass. Or if you're listening to the treble clef, or not treble, but the higher end tones, it does those and then not very much bass. It doesn't do both at the same time, which is somewhat frustrating. Like, you can do it, but you have to mess with the equalizer settings and the mic settings and everything just to get it just right, which is slightly annoying, but it can be done. And if you do spend the time to mess with it, you can get really good audio quality out of it. You may have seen it earlier when I did my presets test. I had a preset for listening to music, and it was amazing. It's just amazing to have. So yes, audio quality is good if you leave it stock, and it gets really good if you mess with it. It comes with a stand, so switching gears, I guess. Switching gears, it comes with a stand, but it's pretty cheap. It's basically two hanger wire poles with little plastic pieces at each end of it. That's it. It does have a little indentation that you can put the little Tactic unit, the wireless unit, onto. So that's nice, but it's really just a novelty. It's not the greatest. At least they do provide something, because I was worried that there wasn't going to be any stand at all. So there is a stand for it, if you were wondering. Okay, so in summary, overall, the build quality is good. The plastics are sturdy. It has metal inserts for the expanding or lengthening the headset, so that's good. There's no creaking and lack of strength. It's really good build quality. Very strong. 5 stars. Padding, they slacked off a little bit. I think they should have used a cloth, or at least but some more padding within the leather itself to even it out a little bit. Maybe a vent on top, so that would have made it just a little bit better. The quality of the cooling, non-existent. It's very hot, very sweaty. So keep that in mind if you're going to be gaming for a long time. Let's see what else. Wireless capability. Yes, they advertised 33 feet distance. That's about right. That's about what I was getting. It was about 30 feet through walls, and it worked pretty well. Like I had a couple dropouts if I went much further than that, but the effective range is about 30 feet. So that's pretty close to what they said it would be. I didn't really have any interference issues with it because it was 2.4 gigahertz. It could have been worse, but could be better. Or yeah, I think that's what I meant to say. The headset comes with basic software, but it doesn't come with a disc, so you're gonna have to look online. Make note of that. Blinking blue lights. It has lights inside each ear cuff, which is slightly annoying. You can turn it off in the software, but it doesn't say you can, so that's kind of annoying. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so let's get down to it. I give this headset 3.5 stars. Alright, and here's my list of reasons of why I didn't give it 5 stars. Number 1, the headset is hot. The leather cushioning is hot. It traps in the heat. There's no breathing. It's just uncomfortable to wear for a long period of time. They also should have stuffed the leather a little bit more to make it more comfortable. You shouldn't have to mess with the audio settings to get good quality audio. It should come right out of the box, ready to go, with presets for music, games, and whatnot. It just comes with a bunch of games, none for the music. It was kind of annoying. 3. You shouldn't have to go online to find drivers. A disc should be included. It was really cheap of them not to do that, and they didn't even provide a permanent link in the manual. It just said go to Creative Online to find it. That was kind of annoying. And my 4th reason is the annoying low battery the low battery beep is annoying. The low battery beep is just loud, obnoxious, and it shouldn't be that way. They should have programmed it some other way, maybe with one beep or a small tone that would air for 1 full second to let you know it was low on battery and then turn off instead of the constant beep until the headset was dead. My 5th and final reason is there's no mute tone, just an indicator light. The mute tone is key. You got to know when you're not online and not using your mic. Having the small light that you can't see when you're wearing the headset isn't going to cut it. So that's a big reason of why I didn't give it 5 stars. Well, that's it for this review. If you enjoyed the review, thought the information was good, go ahead and give the video a like. If you think this might be the kind of stuff you'd be looking for in other videos, go ahead and give me a quick subscribe. That helps me out and you'll stay informed. Otherwise, let me know what you think I could have done better in the comments below. Thank you and have a great day.